Yeah, I'm definitely a big fan of when my broker pays me. Let's talk about more how this is possible. I realize this may sound too good to be true, but it really isn't. And yeah, your broker will pay you in certain situations. Now, what are these certain situations? Well, there's a couple different layers here. The first layer is you do need to actually sign up with and use the right broker. And who is that right broker? Well, the key word here is direct access. So you need a direct access broker. There are many of them out there. Interactive Brokers is probably kind of like the bellwether, the blue chip of these direct access brokers. They may actually be the pioneer of it, the first around. I personally use Lightspeed Trading. That is another direct access broker. But that is the first layer of context where if your broker is going to pay you, then you do need that type of broker. Now, how does a broker actually pay you? Well, it's all about, and I think the universal term is, they'll give you a rebate. A rebate for what? Well, a rebate for adding liquidity to the market. Now, what the heck does adding liquidity mean? Well, if you have Bob here, and Bob is looking to sell. So Bob is looking to sell XYZ, so some company. If you go and you buy from Bob, so this is you. Actually, let me change up the colors here to represent. If you are buying from Bob, or in trader lingo, if you are hitting the offer, if you're buying at the ask, if you don't know what level twos are and the bid and the ask, that's the sign that first, I hope you're not planning on putting real money into trades anytime soon because you just have more learning to do. So I don't say that in a bad way. I just say it in the sense of kind of a mile marker in the sense of, do you really know enough to really be putting money into the market? And if you have no idea what I mean by level two and bid and ask and spread, then yeah, go learn about that sort of stuff. And that'll get you off to a start. But the point here is that if you buy from Bob, then you are actually removing liquidity from the market. Because somebody out there is offering something and you are taking it from them. However, if Bob decides, you know what? I thank you. What color do I want to use? I thank you for offering me a price to just get rid of my shares. I appreciate that. I'm just going to sell to you. So in this situation, if Bob sells to you or hits the bid, just sells at the bid, that would be the trading jargon, then in that situation, you are actually adding liquidity to the situation. You are giving somebody the opportunity to get out. Now, I realize you could say, well, but you're giving them the opportunity to get out too by just hitting at the offer. That's true, but you're taking it away from somebody else. So when you remove the opportunity, because maybe there's somebody else behind Bob, if you are removing that opportunity from the other person to potentially sell, well then, yeah, that's removing liquidity. But the ideal thing that you want to do, and what a broker is willing to pay you for, is to provide liquidity to the market. And you provide it by just sitting out here and saying, yeah, I'll buy it from you for this price. Yep, I'm still here. I'm willing to buy it for you from this price. Yep, I'm still here. I'm willing to buy it. If you are doing that, you are willing to add liquidity. You are giving somebody the choice to exit. So by doing that, your broker likes that. And in fact, this is where they are going to actually pay you money for adding liquidity. So when you add liquidity, that is exactly how your broker is going. Yeah, they're still going to charge you fees, but you're going to get money back in the form of rebates that can really come out, and I'll show you an example of it here in just a second. But that is how it works within a direct access broker. Now on the flip side, if you are looking to sell and you just go flat out there and boom, you just hit the bid, you sell it to somebody that is maybe sitting over here, then right now you are removing liquidity. You are taking away the opportunity for somebody else to actually sell to that person. Whereas if you just sit up there and say, I'm willing to sell for this, I'm willing to sell for this, I'm willing to sell for this. And then finally Bob was like, okay, yeah, I am going to buy it from you. Well, you have given Bob the opportunity now to buy something. And when Bob does that, now Bob is actually removing liquidity from the market because he's taking it from you. But if you're just sitting and saying, I'm willing to sell for this price, I'm willing to sell for this price, you're adding opportunity for people to get in at that price. Whereas if you just say, nope, I'll sell for down there, I'm going to sell and hit the bid. That is taking away the opportunity from somebody else. And when you are adding liquidity, when you are giving opportunity in the sense of somebody a choice to buy at a level, well then that's what you want. That's what brokers like. That's what keeps really the market stable. Because if you think about it, if everybody just wants to sell at a certain price and everybody just starts, okay, I'm going to sell, I'm going to sell, I'm going to sell, instead of just sitting there and holding firm at a price, that's going to cause things to crash. So if you just sit up there and hold firm and say, yeah, I'm willing to sell right here, that is very helpful to the market. And that is where you are going to be paid from the broker. Now, how does this actually work? Well, up on the screen here, I'm going to put an image from one of my past months. And I chose this image because in the highlighted column, you can see right here that I did spend, there was over $1,000 in fees that I paid. But go over a couple more columns, and again, as you'll see, there's a minus 300, right around 700 or $375 number there. That is what the broker is actually paying me. So in all actuality, in the month of October there, I was paid $375 by my broker. Why? Because as part of my strategy, I love to add liquidity. If you've ever watched my live trading videos, you know that I love to sit on the bid and wait for somebody to sell for me. Or after I do get in, I just put my order in up at the offer and I just wait for somebody to come and take it from me. I wait for somebody else to remove the liquidity and I am giving the liquidity. Therefore, I am getting paid to do so. So yeah, in that month, $375 my broker paid to me for adding liquidity into the market. Most times you are flat out just removing liquidity. If you have an E-Trade account or a Schwab account or any sort of account, then all this is factored in. But when you put in that limit order, you're basically just going out there and you're just grabbing shares from who's ever willing to sell, which would be removing liquidity. But in that sense, because those fees are already higher to begin with, they have all that baked in anyways. But if you want to personally get paid by your broker, then this is what it's all about. It's all about the direct access broker. And then you got to make sure that you are adding liquidity to the situation. It's kind of hopefully this made sense in explaining it, but if there's any questions or anything, let me know down below. But yeah, it is possible. It does exist for you to make money and have your broker pay you. If you are out there trading alone currently and maybe are in the market looking for a community to join to assist you in your trading or to just help you, give you another set of eyeballs, then I do have a private trading community where you can trade alongside me and other experienced traders. So what you see popping up on the screen right now is both an information link. So if you click on the inner circle one, that is going to take you to the page where I explain all the details of what exactly come with the community, both the chat room and the newsletter. And then the other image that has popped up is a behind the scenes tour where you can see exactly what is going to be contained within the community. I take you through, like I said, a behind the scenes tour of everything, and that way you'll know precisely what you are getting when you join. So definitely check that stuff out if you are interested and thinking about wanting to join a community, and let me know if you have any questions.